We continue with the Ranked Royale 2v2 for North America. We have Group B today. I'll be following Yan all the way through his run. He's playing alongside Card. And in the first round, he has Team Lunar, who's playing alongside Andy. Chat, here we go. We have Yan versus Lunar. Yan finishing at rank 2 in the... oh, sorry, we need to get the overlay back here. Finishing at rank 2 in the deadline, which puts him at the top of Pool B. Lunar finishing first in the qualifier to get that 7th position, I believe. Oh, wait, no, he was at 6. He was 6. He made it through not without the qualifier. And now we'll try and show what he has here against Yan. He was the last one to make it in without needing the qualifier. (1-0) for Yan and Card. Yan resets. Shot is saved by Lunar. Andy, of course, of Dig, helping out Lunar today. If you guys haven't seen Lunar gameplay before, he's probably the player you've least likely to see, but hopefully he'll show you why he was able to get as highly rated in 2s as he did. Yan and Card won't be the easiest duo to prove that against, but I think we'll still see some sparks of life from Lunar and Andy. We followed First Killer and Gyro yesterday, and at first it seemed like they were going to just roll through everybody they played. They met their match in LJ and Evo. Will that be the same here today with Yan and Card until they reach Two-Piece and Parth of Shopify Rebellion? Or will it be a bit more competitive between everybody in the pool? What did you guys have in terms of prediction? The prediction is the most lopsided prediction I think we have seen so far, with a 90-10 in favor of Yan. But to be fair, we saw a 90-10. Who did we see? Yeah, 90-10 in favor of something close to that, in favor of Magic Bear and AJ, before Cam and Flitz proved why they deserved to have the respect. Andy 50 in on the goal line to pop it up for Lunar. Card rocking the SSG decal today. Going to go the full distance to the field. It actually had too much power. Not often is that a problem for a dribble starting on your own back corner. Card's also one of the bigger zap dashers in the game. The Zap Dash wave has cooled off a little bit. I do think that there's a chance that we'll still see it. Right now, the air dribble bumper just got air dribble bumped himself. Yeah, known for having a solid one. Andy chases him out of the way, and even though Andy doesn't connect with him, Lunar does as he double jumps the ball in for the first goal for Team Lunar. Fashion Bay. The Card, by the way, is playing as Fashion Bay. I think that's what his Steam is right now. I don't know why it goes in and out. Just so you know, it is Yan and Fashion Bay. I don't know if Fashion Bay is a reference to something, or if that's just, you know, who Card truly believes himself to be. Lunar and Andy pinch to send it into the crossbar. The defender's there as well. Oh, as I was saying, I think I remember what I was trying to talk about. The Zap Dashing. Lots of players have picked up the Zap Dash and incorporated it. I would say apparently Jack has used it a ton. I think AJ uses it a good amount. Card is a guy I see that is using it almost all the time. A few other players have dabbled, but not everybody has integrated it into their game fully. This Fashion Bay will slam in the shot after the air dribble pass from Yan. Dark? Yeah, okay, you're right. Dark has zap dashed. It's almost, you know, what Dark does is to a whole other level. It needs another name, because he is just dashing every breathable moment. Every single moment he possibly can, he's dashing, which is a whole nother level. Yan, a demo and a double off the kickoff. One of the beauties of the ranked Royale, if you ask me, is the fact that anybody can qualify. And there's lots of players that were interested. I specifically on the EU side, I don't know about the NA side because I didn't talk to anybody about it. But on the EU side, Joyo reached out to me and said, hey, I can tell these lobbies are different as it approached the deadline. He's like, people are sweating hard out here to try and make it to the tournament, which was cool to hear. I don't know if that happened over in North America, but the reason why I bring that up is to say that the players that made it through are the players who made it out of a very, you know, sweaty twos competition trying to qualify for this. And there are lots of players who would like to have Lunar spots, but Lunar earned it. And he's picked up Andy to play it with him as well. I'm not sure where Andy finished. I don't think he was in any of the leaderboard updates, but Lunar trusts him as his teammate. Try and take down some of the best duos in the game. We've seen a lot of Yan and Lost. Oh, Yan just going to get 50'd directly into the net as he gets dunked. We've seen a lot of 1v1 from Yan and Lost. I don't think we've... Or sorry, 2v2 from Yan and Lost. I don't think we've seen as much 2v2 from Yan and Card, except for when they played it in Gamers 8. Gamers 8, Yan and Card were a great duo. You know, I think people were in the conversations about them being one of the better duos at the events. Probably CRR Dorito, I remember, and then I think Jack and Joyous went undefeated. Who do you guys remember as being the best duos? I know Roas and Kaliers looked good. They might have gotten a loss, though. Who were the best 2v2 teams at Gamers 8? Because that might be the biggest stage that 2v2 has had, even though they haven't been, you know, it's not an entire series of 2v2. Probably Universal Open was the last time that I can remember a big 2v2 stage where everybody, you know, is putting it on the line. I think that at least one of them was won by Squishy and Gimmick, right? Or am I completely forgetting who won those Universal Opens? Either way, Yan and Card win game number 1 in this best of 5. Oh, he did. I was about to pause it. I was about to go pause it. I have the power. Card did get in the match before the countdown started. Lunar! Hey, look at Lunar. Here's your introduction to why Team Lunar qualified in the top 6. Lunar, a nice double on the backboard. And now his team has the lead. Rizzo and Sizz. I'm not sure that Rizzo and Sizz was a duo known for their skill. You know, was there a time when Rizzo and Sizz were an expert duo, or was that always just a great content duo? Rizzo and Sizz go. Razebull and AJG? Maybe Razebull and CRR. I know that's the team that I think both those players would have played with had they qualified. But Razebull was slightly outside of the top 10, which is where you needed to be. Card faking his touch into the corner. Takes a bit too long. Lunar. Air triple 50. Andy has a chance for a reset. Backboard to the top right. A nice shot from Andy as he shows what he's capable of. Card in net. Maybe low on boost. Trying to go in and out. Not able to cover that corner. Thoughts on holding a tourney for people above 25 years old? Why would we hold a tourney for the boomers? They're also unmechanical and boring to watch. Maybe one day. Card. High chip to make sure Lunar can't get to the ball. And then he has Andy up in the air. Just uses the reset to get the bit of extra height needed to make Andy miss. And rushes it right past him. Gonna be a tourney of Airbus galore. Yeah, that would be the name. The Airbus Royale. And it's just all 25-year-old players who unbind air roll. Card doesn't want to challenge in the corner. Made his way all the way there, but didn't want to actually make a play on the ball. He wanted to be able to react, just shadowing close. Card, nice dunk. Tried to zap dash there after all the zap dash hype that I gave him. He misses the first one we're watching live. Who do you think is favored in this series? I think you can ask chat, and chat would tell you that it's 90-10 favored Yan and Card. But Team Lunar trying to disprove that right now. They have a 1-goal lead. 2 minutes left to go. Yan absolutely dunked on his dribble. Lunar doesn't want to find out what Yan has in store if he doesn't do that. Andy's getting chased down right now by Yan. Card doesn't have to get too crazy with it. Just slam it directly at the net. Yan is not going to be one to miss his bump and guarantees the tie game. Lunar leaving Andy all alone for the Brazilian duo to dice up. Not easy to deal with. Andy, though, shows that he's really solid on offense, even if he can't stop a 1v2 on defense. A little hook shot on the kickoff is too much for Yan. Kickoff intentionally lost back to Yan. Yan absolutely ripped that ball to the backboard, hoping for some kind of fast double. Andy musty to keep the ball up above Card. Oh, no follow-up. Card recovered back down. It was a great 50. Just killed the ball in front of the net. If Lunar was around, it would have been quite the highlight play for Andy. But Lunar decided, probably wisely, not to dive. Saw Card there a second ago. Try and go for the pogo landing. A little bit of Atto in him. Atto was doing that a ton when we were watching EU Pool A. Lunar saved to keep his team in the lead. And the air dribble resets. Lunar makes the save. Right now it's been Yan and Card. Multiple takes at the Team Lunar net. They do make their way out with 30 seconds left to go. If they can keep Yan and Card pinned back, they can tie the series. Andy pre-flipping through the ball. Now to be Yan. Popping this one up to Lunar. Lunar doesn't really have a lot of boost to work with here. Has to try and protect the ball and doesn't do a great job of that, as Yan's able to slam it on target, forcing Andy to make the save. No connection by Yan in the corner. Card now trying to find a way to pass. Went for the bump. Can't blame him for going all in, but it doesn't work. So it will be Team Lunar tying it up against Yan and Card. We saw somebody make big bucks by believing in Team Cam just a couple days ago. Is somebody in chat about to get rich off of the backs of Team Lunar? We'll have to see. We have a best of 3 left to figure it out. Game number 3. Are there more Team Lunar believers in the chat now? You know what? They're screwed. Yan put on the Vitality Fennec, channeling those Vitality powers. Also, the Spanish kickoff from the Brazilians converts on a goal for them. Spanish being the main kickoff form that we've seen in terms of mix-up from teams. Even more than just trying to lose it into the back corner of the teammate. Yeah, and oh my goodness, with the Vitality decal, he almost did the Zen. The Zen is more of a ceiling pinch. But if he immediately had a ceiling pinch to backboard double after putting on the Vitality decal, I might go change what decal I have. Card. That dunk is going to convert for a goal. Andy maybe did not expect Card to dunk him there. He seemed like he was maybe starting to dribble with that first pop, but ultimately fell back down to the ground. Yan, did he get a reset there? I'm not sure it really mattered. I don't think he'd be able to figure something out. Missed by Lunar. Card has Yan in the midfield. Certainly that's going to be a pass. Yan's touch goes to the back wall, and Lunar is around. Yan has the net. Free? No. Andy recovers for the save. Lunar flicked to the crossbar, pinched away. Yan and Card pushed back into their half right now. Lunar air dribble over the top of Card. Not quite. Card's able to intercept. Yan, multiple resets. Still not able to get past Andy, though. Who do I have favored for the tourney? I think that the two teams who finished 1-2 are probably your potential favorites. Either that or LJ Evo. So probably Yan and Card. Until we see how today's day goes for Yan and Card, I definitely, before the tournament, probably would have had these two as the favorite without Daniel in Beast Mode being in the tournament. But LJ is a top twos player, always has been, so he's certainly a guy to look out for. Playing with Evo, and then First Killer, of course, is the kind of guy you should put some money behind. If you're having to make a guess, nice shot from Lunar. He's playing with Gyro. They look solid. Andy finds Lunar, who's able to beat out Yan to drop down the goal. Just over halftime, putting themselves within one. Daniel in Beast Mode just declined to play. A couple of players did. Yan decides to play keep away as he falls from the ground instead of forcing the issue on a shot. Now he's got a dribble with 22 boost left. 50 sent to the backboard. Fashion Bay is back. I don't know if it's like his Steam name and we're Steam friends, so it switches. I don't know why it keeps going back to Fashion Bay. But Team Lunar had been looking good, but the lead will re-extend to 2 as Andy gets no touch on his challenge in the corner. Was he off the respawn? He seemed like he was in a position where he'd be if he had just been demoed. Fashion Bay is just too good. Fashion Bay looking to dunk Lunar. Andy gets demoed. Lunar gets flicked. It'll be 4-1. You can do exclamation point bracket if you want to see all of the games that'll be happening today in the schedule, as well as all the games that have happened. So if you planned on going back to watch some of them on YouTube or in the VOD, of course know that going to Wikipedia will spoil them for you. Fashion Bay up to Yan. Yan couldn't get the redirect. Lunar looking for something magical to happen as he tried to flip back towards the ball. That's really all that Team Lunar can hope for right now. Andy needs to score this dribble. Fashion Bay is up to take it away. So it will be game 3 in favor of Yan and Card. After Team Lunar were able to take one. Team Lunar just a little bit slow to the ball a couple times in the orange half. Other than that, haven't looked too bad here against this Team Yan squad. They certainly have had flashes of offense. They need to slow down the scoring of Team Yan if they want to take the next 2 games. (2-1) as we head to game 4. Game number 4. Everybody in the Octane. A full... Oh, no. Lunar's in the Fennec. Thought we had a full Octane lobby, but we do have 3 of 4 now. As Yan goes to the ceiling. Card did a good job of lead block. Oh, no, Andy. Card did a good job lead blocking, but Yan didn't put his shot on target. And then Andy just got a bit ahead of himself. Obviously trying to pinch that on the wall away from the net. But instead, he just dropped it down, made it very easy. These guys are playing on US East, for the person who asked about the server, but that's because Yan and Card are here in the US. I believe they're in Miami. That's my understanding is where Furia is at. So they have perfectly fine connections here to US East. This is unlike when Swift and Wisty were trying to win on 140 ping or whatever. Andy slams the long shot, and it flies perfectly in. Ooh. Another goal for Team Lunar. Yan actually gets the demo. It looks like it was an attempted Spanish, but Yan does not get taken off the field. He just takes Lunar off the field. But the point of the Spanish worked, which is that no defender around to stop the shot. Andy and Lunar are going to combine again. Lunar unchallenged in the corner. Off this kickoff, Yan decides to turn away. Head back down to the ground. Believing in himself to be able to challenge the shot. And Andy is too quick. Taps it in behind. Lunar is also going to win this kickoff possession, as his cheat is a bit faster than Card's. Yan air dribble taken out of the air by Lunar. Andy has pre-jumped Card here, and Card is able to get back down to the ground, pop over the top of him, and also pop over the top of Lunar. Andy tried to be so passive with that pre-jump. Might have been better off challenging more aggressively instead of trying to float where Card was going to be dribbling. But either way, Card puts on some theatrics to put his team within 1. And resets. Puts the ball off the backboard. Can Card turn around and keep the ball in the orange half? Doesn't seem like he'll be able to. Yan kills the bounce and rolls it towards Andy. Back corner boost steal. Card is up for the Lunar setup. Lunar did not want to get outplayed by the reset. Lets Card come all the way down to the ground and makes it possible for Card to land and restart the play on an otherwise pretty poor dribble. That's what that flip reset can do for you. Can make any position scary. Yan can't get around the ball to pass the Card. Certainly would have been a higher percentage scoring opportunity than trying to shoot himself, but he will just take a shot. Card bumping Lunar in net. It's Still Lunar's up. Pre-jump. Gets Yan to get rid of the ball. And Andy has to save on the goal line. Card trying to back pass to Yan. Lunar meets him, but it's still a Yan victory. Taken off the map is Card by Lunar. Team Lunar both rotating back. Having to try and get around the ball and play it out to midfield. Yan couldn't get the perfect angle. So he drops it down outside the nets. Card, the musty, goes underneath. I don't think he was necessarily trying to go underneath. Lunar had pre-jumped expecting the flick to be a bit more successful, but he actually just tapped the ball down. It wasn't even really a flick. Just hit it with the back end of his car, and it drops down underneath and ties the game. Yan is looking at an absolutely open net, and I do not know why. Off the kickoff. Where did Lunar go to? We'll try and see Lunar's perspective. It's too late. Spanish kickoff. Red and converted for a goal. Team Lunar right back to tied. Card looking to chase down Andy. But Andy, not only was he nowhere to be seen, the most important part was that Lunar saw it coming. Flitz had some of the best reads yesterday of anybody playing twos. He read every single fake and every single Spanish and immediately chipped a shot on net and probably scored 90% of them. Only a couple times did... I mean, he read the fake seemingly every time. But only a couple times did somebody save his chip shot that he took immediately from midfield. Card off the ceiling. Cannot get anything to work with by the time Andy's challenged. Lunar deciding not to dive, and Card trying to undercut him to throw him off as he recognized it was going to have to be Lunar who was going to stop Yan's attack, but Lunar did succeed. Andy, nice 50. Now it's Lunar against Card. He wants to go quickly in order to potentially catch Card out, but ends up slamming the ball down to Card early. Andy infield pass to Lunar, and now he's going to have to defend himself as Lunar front flipped towards that play. Luckily for Andy, Card didn't get a great control, and Andy saw his opportunity to challenge before the dribble was really secured instead of having to play a 1v2 again. We saw earlier Lunar is out for blood right now as Andy starts the dribble. Did he get that player to miss? He might have. Lunar doing the hard work. Let me go find Lunar's POV as he gets Yan up earlier than he maybe would have liked to, and then goes to bump Card as well to make sure that that net is free for Andy. And free it was. 21 seconds for Team Lunar to not concede if they want to force a game 5. Lunar demoing Yan as the clock winds down. Andy on another dribble has Yan respawned. Card is actually almost going to help it towards the blue net. Yan does have to save. Now it's 0 seconds for Yan and Card, and can't play it off the bounce. Not a 0. So we will go to game 5. Team Lunar showing up here in round 1 of the Ranked Royale. Game 5, Team Yan versus Team Lunar. The biggest upset of the tourney, I would say, if Team Lunar are able to pull it off. And they've looked good. Card trying to pick them apart, though, on the first kickoff of Game 5. Card attacking against 2 defenders. Balls from the ceiling and able to use the flip to go low after both Andy and Lunar up high to try and stop the early shot. All donations go to the prize pool, and not only that, the donations will be doubled by me. So if you donate any amount, I vow to throw in just as much until we get to $4,000, but let's not worry about that. This touch, it looked like, I believe, Lunar there. Andy couldn't get back up to the ball, and Yan puts his team up 2. And resets as he takes the shot. Isn't really able to use it to make the shot any better. Lunar clear to the side wall. Andy kills the dribble. Andy demo of card. If Lunar can beat Yan, it would have been a goal, but Yan is a hard guy to beat. He keeps the ball in the orange half. Now he's got a 1v1 against Andy, and he's too good. Even if he doesn't have boost, he's still going to be able to beat you. And he goes for this flick on 13, I believe. No question. He's a more experienced 1v1 attacker than Andy is a 1v1 defender. Spanish kickoff read by Andy as they chip the ball to card. Yan has Lunar this time, and Yan cannot be left in 1v1s, or he'll do stuff like this to you. Andy needed to get a shot off of his reset, but it just dropped the ball straight down. The backflip flick puts the 4-0 lead with just over a minute. Team Yan not messing around anymore, as Team Lunar have proved they are worthy opponents. And Musty into the crossbar. Andy able to clear it. Yeah, nah, you just let him have it. Don't know how else to explain it. Yan needed to get a touch on that ball, but he just let it bounce in front, and then no demo means it's a freebie for Andy. Yo, Void Lantad, another step on the path. Love the tourney. Yo, thank you so much for the $100 donation. That's a huge donation, and I will double it as well. So the prize pool sitting at, what is that, 640? No, 540. 540. Please, chat. Stream math is hard. Yan has no trouble playing Rocket League on stream, though. Ooh, Lunar did not get the touch he wanted there. 5-1. It's all falling apart for Team Lunar late in the series. Andy pre-jumped by Yan. Pre-jump does not get close to connecting, as he was maybe protecting the net a bit more than Andy's angle. Andy slots one and puts his team within 3. Will it be a Chris Paul meme where it's Andy hits nasty top right corner shot to cut the lead to 3, or will it be an actual comeback? Hard to say. Andy's going to try and make it an actual comeback. The wave dash shot shortly after the kickoff. Lunar lost it right back into him. Card was trying to bump Andy too to stop him, but did not succeed. Yan. Air dribble 50. Leaving Card to try and beat out 2 defenders, and that's exactly what he does. Lunar and Andy jumping all over each other, as only one of them needs to try and win this 50 in the corner. Either of them are able to get a play. Somebody just said, "You have little faith, Mr. Feer," and then instantly said, "Okay, never mind, chalk it up." Yeah, that does seem like how it feels for Team Lunar, but hey, minute 40 and 3 is still possible. Andy, pre-flip. Try and make something work. But it is just going to be Yan and Card with the ball again. Yan resets. All it can do is get over one. So hands the ball to Andy. Lunar with nothing left. Andy 50. Wow, I'm surprised that didn't go in. Credit to Yan for somehow keeping that ball out. What is 51 is Pinga? I don't understand. Everybody's saying it. Everybody is in unison. And I don't understand. Should I just pretend like I do understand? You don't need to understand. Lunar, the bump. And the goal. They're not out of it. 28 seconds. And it's more than possible. Will we see a Spanish in a crucial moment late in the game? No, Lunar actually wins the kickoff. It's going to be the spirit of a Spanish as he goes to bump Yan. And he just needed a strong shot, but he couldn't control the ball. Lunar did catch up Yan enough that I think there was a window to score. But Andy just couldn't control it. Fashion Bay. No backboard double for him. Team Lunar going to fall in game 5. Valiant effort against the highest seed in the pool, but Yan and Card survive as they head to round number 2.